family, and welcome to the Bach channel today. How about we do that? So today we're going to be sight reading Toccata 911 BWV in C minor, as you can see, and I see there on the computer because I have my glasses on. Yeah, I did go back to 910 last night and look closer at the D sharp major with its F double sharp major third, and then the A sharp major with its C double sharp major third, and just make friends with that and get ready for more of that kind of thing. Of course, looking at this key signature C minor, it's going to be probably a double flat, which we didn't bring into memory last night. Let's see, what do we got here in the very beginning? So we got the A natural, B natural there in the first measure. That's just for that, what they call harmonic minor. And then, yeah, because we still have the A flat up there, the E flat. So it's definitely still E minor with just that, the top section of the scale is major, like that. C, did I say E? I meant to say C. So C minor with the top section of C minor as major. And then, let's see, but then we come back in the second measure, and we're back to just regular C minor with a little bit of that B natural, means that it's that leading tone sound. Let's hear it. It's a leading tone sound. So you're playing C minor, and then that B natural. And then, yeah, just more of that kind of stuff. And and what happens here in measure number 4, we see F sharp. So that's probably with the B, it could be B major. With the G natural, it's like B minor, right? And then there's that D natural, right? So yeah, it's B minor kind of a feeling. And what does that sound like to go from C minor to B minor? Well, C minor and then B minor. That feeling. Okay, so we'll get into all that. But the key today is our goal is to unleash the soul of Bach. And we're going to use everything we have in us to do that. And it happens on so many different levels, okay? So there's this banal technical stuff, like these intervals between two hands or within one hand, these intervals, relative kind of positioning, not looking at your hands, so you can look at the music. That's like the banal level. Then we go up one level and you start to say, well, let's look at tonality, and kind of don't try to just remember the notes themselves, but to say, okay, well, this makes sense to me here. We have F double sharp because we see we're in D sharp major, and you don't think so much about that, the notes. Think about the overall, what it looks like in your brain, your mind's eye, that D sharp major. It's nothing freaky. It's just very clear. So then, and then on a level up from there for releasing the soul of Bach, is to the subject of are we going to be performing this now and just reading to read, to learn to read, or are we going to practice? Are we going to kind of stop and say, oh, wait a minute, what's happening here with the rhythm? Let's look at this. So we're going to be balancing between that, and then a level up from there. Are we going to go into the silence where your heart can really open to the music more? Are we going to talk about it at all? So that's a subject. And then even a level up from there, are we going to start to look at the continuities of life versus the differences? And this is a really important point. For example, different subject, but Homo heidelbergensis, guess what? They're not extinct. And neither is this other one, Homo erectus, okay? That's my family. Why are they extinct if I'm here? Okay, now let your brain open up. You say, okay, is that C minor or is that E flat major? Okay, pause. Don't be so aggressive with this. This is different. No, I'm right, you're wrong. How about a little bit of this, a little bit of that? Okay, how about a little bit of Homo heidelbergensis is extinct because you might not be able to have sex and have a baby with them. Maybe, but maybe you could. And in any case, it's my family. So why are they extinct? They're not. They are. They're not. They are. Both in different ways. How about this great acceptance of the fundamental sort of grobe, they call it in German, I think, that fundamental sort of inaccuracy of language. Okay. Okay, so let's use all that to release the soul of Bach today, and let's play the BWV 9, wake up the Bluetooth system, 9/11. Is that right? That's funny. Fear of a Black Planet, right? Oh my God. Let's play that song. NWA. Let's come up a little bit. Yeah, and then there's that whole subject of like, if you really, I'm an anti-racist, and if you really are an anti-racist, you don't use the words like black people and white people. That's just a USA thing, and it's just like so racist. The truth is we're all human beings. There is racism, yes. That's why people say white people, black people. They're just racist. And the fundamental thing about what is racism is when you associate a human mind characteristic with a phenotype, like skin tone, nose shape, hair. And as soon as you say that we're all humans, pick your culture, number one. Number two, that culture is music, dance, the food that you like, the religion, the way you educate, sex roles in society. As soon as we understand that's culture, and culture is based on nurture, not nature, it's based on just what you learn, then there is no subject of cultural appropriation. There is no like black people, white people thing. There's different cultures. There's a Motown culture, yes. There's a Glee Club culture, yes. Are those cultures predominated by certain phenotypes? Not really anymore in the earth. They were all so mixed up. Are Barack Obama and Tupac Shakur the same something? No. Phenotype, yes. Same skin tone, but totally different cultures. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you have to group them, that's racism. That's what Hitler does. You don't want to do that. You want to say one is a death row artist. His name's Tupac Shakur. The other, this funny thing, we even got that name, it's another whole story. But then Barack Obama, he's the president of the United States. He's a totally different kind of guy. He went to the University of Chicago, different kind of guy. Okay, so now let's get into this with no racism. So this was a human being, Bach, who had a culture, and he had, one of the most interesting things about their culture was that they had no soap. So they didn't wash. They thought it was bad for their health, and it would expose their skin to like different bacteria, kind of an idea. And so then they had their candles made out of tallow so that they were just like melting in the heat and then attracting insects and stuff. And then and people were dying all the time, from all this like diseases. And then also so much population in those living together. Okay, so 1 E and 2 E and Oh, did I do that? I did that. Okay. Okay, now let's go into practice mode to release the soul of Bach. So, I played the B flat instead of the B natural there at the fourth beat. So, second half of the fourth beat or something. So, my second half is that. So, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, yeah, fourth beat. So, 1 and 2 and. just the C down there. I'll leave that alone. Is that right? Gotta warm up a little bit this morning here. That B flat there, I think I did. So this B flat on the right hand. So let's take measure 11 again. Why not? Well, it's the octave. That's the octave there. Oh, it's the G in the B. Okay. So that's 2 and 3 E and 4 E and up. Was that A natural? It was good. F natural. Is that right? No, it's just diff. Then from the F to the E and the B. Oh no. B flat, yeah. And then D dominant. The B. Let's do that B with the left hand. So the B like this. Ah. What happened? Okay, measure. Let's hit let's play measure 23 again. So from the D dominant, or just D. D here, okay. Oh, I thought it was dominant. Oh, because of this here. Then. E flat to the G. Okay, now this hit the B. I understand that, okay. Okay, rhythm is... Now, was that right? That B, was that B not good? What was? That was right, it was B flat. So again. D again. Nice, nice. Is that right? Yeah. Oh, it's too high. Okay, measure 26 again, releasing the soul. Why are we repeating? How does that help us to release Bach's soul here? Because we want to feel this. Is that right? Yeah. Da 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 da. Oh, the F sharp. Now. That's it. With the D natural, okay. Then like this. Is this E, G minor? A flat though. No, A natural. A natural and A natural. Okay, to E and D major. Okay, and 4 E and 1 E and 2. had something cut out there by mistake. The BB. Is that what that be? Wow, way down. Okay, everyone chill. Get this right. Where are you? B to B to B. Okay. Oh, that's in the wrong clef. A natural. Okay, let's get this right. Let's go back. That's so beautiful. Let's go back to number 41. What the crack happened here? Is that my A? No. Okay. Careful with your fingers. See, you can't be messing around with those fingers like that. What I mean by messing around with the fingers, I really need to keep the left, when I can, let the left hand play its own melody. Let the right hand play its own melody. Number 42. Is that even right? Okay, let's try again. This E. Now hit it. 63. Measure 63 again. F sharp. Yes. Again. Some distortion here. I'm going to turn down these preamps. I realize I'm starting to play a little bit louder for who knows why. Then here, 69. this hand's on the D. We got too low. Okay, there we go. Okay, so from the D, D. Okay, hang on. This is the D, there's the C. This is middle C, there's the D. So, 1, so up an octave. 1, E, and, what are we doing here? 1, get to the D. 1, E, and, 2, E, and, 3, E. Okay. Are we at the right place? Last beat of measure 93. F sharp. Okay. Measure 96 again. Get started in the right place, right? So. Oh no, is it F natural? Okay. Okay, we're changing up here. E flat. It's okay. Now we get the F sharp. Hit it. Don't quit it. Yes. Hit it here. Okay, then it goes from the G minor. So from the G minor, where are you? Okay. G, A natural. That's that octave. All the way to the B. To the B. Yes. Then third, yes. And then another C. That's the D. That was the D. I see. Is that right? No. One more time. There we go. D flat. We haven't even talked about tempo, have we? Well, we talked about going slow. 118 again. What I wanted to say, when a person composes music that's this deterministic and sort of complex and beautiful, but not just beautiful and complex, but like it's really deterministic, it's so sort of like, planned out and so on and so forth. Believe me, it's done at such a slow speed. Very much the tempo I'm playing it at. I'm not thinking any human, Homo sapien, could write this music any faster than when I'm playing it. So that's another window into Bach's soul. So measure 18, 118. That's our B natural, so we're going to focus there. Natural 1 E and 2 E and where's our middle C? We always get lost these days. Too old, getting disoriented. Is that right? What did I do wrong? Oh, B natural, B natural. B natural to the C. Natural is only on the left hand. Look at that. Interesting. So that time I tried to feel it with the tonality and everything. Don't even think about that, quote unquote, the alterations. And, actually it was wrong. So that's got to keep looking with Bach, right? Okay, here, let's play 127 again. Got our E's, got our C. Okay. 146? No? No. Okay. So you have to go from here to here. Okay. That F. G. D. And yes, I'm holding that note down on the right hand because the tempo is so slow. Okay. Okay, that's correct, but it's like, so it's the D flat. Now the F. Good. Now was that B flat minor? It was. Let's do it again. So there's a B flat minor. So. A flat. So. E net flat. I'll tell you what, let's play 152 again. I kind of lost the feeling here. I see. And it was E natural. Okay. I see. So, and it's G now, G and the G. Oh, what's that? Let's see. So this is with the G and the G, and then the A flat. So, is that correct? Yeah. Look down, right? One, that's right. G, A, G. Okay. F minor. So how can we play this more musically? Okay, you know how we can do this whole section? Let's play this all again. Let's play this just a little bit slower, and when we get to those chords, just make a pause until we can get to the right chord. So let's take it from measure 171. So this should sound like, so here's our first chord is 1 and 2, 2 E and 3 E and 4 E, then it's the G on the left hand, on the right hand. So 1 E, and then this time, and then the A natural and the D dominant, and then this chord. No, A flat. Almost. Let's see. Oh yeah. So that's really it's just the G dominant major without the G to bring us up to this F minor chord. So that's F minor. Well, wow, it's just another great step on our journey of learning to release the soul of Bach, where today it's like we totally see that we're still, there's so long to go to get to being able to read this music and really beautifully, and to, let Bach express himself to the fullest extent that I'm capable of, through my own, humanity and all that, with this rhythm and all that, Death Row Records and whatever. But letting Bach come through that, and I'm totally committed to it more than ever. And I'll tell you what, I'm also having the best experiences with this reading than ever. I just wait for this moment. I'd love to do it all night, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like it's enough for the channel, and maybe it's good to put myself on some kind of a rhythm of it, so I don't get like obsessive about it. Music is so important that way. When you're in the recording studio, and you're trying to record your best record, it's so important to leave the recording studio. You look at all these great artists, and you could talk to them. They'll tell you that they leave the studio. They have to do something else. There's this idea with any kind of work, creative work, right? You have to get out to get in. Same thing. Programming is creative work, by the way. So programming, this music, any kind of graphic design stuff, you have to forget about it. And then, kind of a background thread. Different part of your brain, basically your human consciousness, is working through it, and it'll come to you in a softer way, more feminine way, let's say, something like that. So that's it for me today. I can't wait to play the next toccata. I really can't wait. I think I saw it was D major, and if it is, that'll be intense. That'll just be intense. I mean, in terms of positivity, and in terms of the opportunity to try to play it. You know what I mean? I just love it. I love how it's like such a slow progression. This idea of learning to read music, or at least this particular branch of it, is just so slow, but it's incremental. So even though I'm 57, you can see it's like very tick, 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 tiny tick, getting better, right? Tick, like that. All right, everyone have a wonderful day.